Alright, yo! Alright, so this is a quick overview of the YoJos-HangingFlowerPot-Pacc. So here's the flower pot. Very cool 3D modeled flower pot, much more cooler than that lame default flower pot, vanilla Minecraft. So yeah, look at it. Look at it here on the ground. Here it is on my hotbar. And so yeah, you get the point. You get all the plants and flowers. They look really cool. It looks really beautiful. And like I said, hanging flower pot pack. So these hang. Look, see? Boom. Oh, missed. So yeah, these hang. There is an issue with the hanging mechanic though. As you see, they incorrectly activate on the decorating pots. So keep that in mind. But yeah, they're pretty cool for decorating. If you don't mind the imperfection of how they incorrectly activate on some things. Besides that, they're really cool and beautiful. But yeah. So the reason this hanging flower pot pack exists, so much words. So the reason this hanging flower pot pack exists is because I'm removing this feature, this hanging flower pot feature from YoJos-LushPacc. The reason I'm removing it from the LushPacc is, of course, because it incorrectly activates on some blocks. And so it just doesn't reach my standards for the LushPacc. Yeah, it's disappointing. But I don't want to throw this away. I think it's a cool feature. So if you don't mind that bug, if you don't mind that, here it is. It's just this flower pot pack with the hanging mechanic. Just come on, it's so cool. Look at it. Look at it hang from the chains. Look at that, very sweet stuff. But yeah, so if you look at all these potted plants and flowers, they appear much more brighter and they really pop compared to the default Minecraft potted flowers. The default Minecraft potted flowers, they have some really dark shading going on. These fancy 3D modeled flower pots fixes that. So yeah, they just look way more appealing this way. Look at that. Look at this orchid. I also want to note something else is that since this is using the azalea, my fancy azaleas with the pop out flowers and the 3D model trunk, for consistency, I'm also adding these azaleas from the LushPacc. These with the popping flowers, even the azalea leaves get it. This also does change the shading on the azaleas and the azalea leaves, so they should appear much more brighter. So yeah, these should look way more appealing than the Minecraft default azaleas. Look at that 3D trunk, look at that. So I want to go over the blocks that don't work with the hanging pot. The hanging pot works by using this cooling mechanic. So when the flower pot is sitting on a block, the chains don't appear, and this is because the chains are being cooled. They're not being rendered. But when that block below is gone, it's floating in the air, those chains, they're no longer being cooled and they're being rendered. See that? So yeah, I'm using the cooling mechanic that Minecraft uses to my advantage. If you're wondering why Minecraft uses this cooling mechanic in their game, it's to, you know, save processing. By having that cooling mechanic, they don't have to load all of these layers and layers and layers of dirt and stone blocks. Makes the game run way smoother. And I conveniently use that mechanic by using chains that hide and show up. But unfortunately, that cooling mechanic doesn't always work. Okay, unfortunately, this is why I had to get it out of the LushPacc. That cooling mechanic doesn't work on glass, doesn't work on leaves, doesn't work on scaffolding, doesn't work on azaleas, and the worst of all, it doesn't work on decorated pots. So yeah, besides that, it should work on pretty much everything else. Oh, and by the way, if you're curious, if you want flower pots that don't have that hanging mechanic, you know, you just want the bare flower pot, just the flower pot. I do have a texture pack called YoJos-FlowerPot-Pacc. It's just the flower pots. There's no hanging mechanic, so you won't have to be dealing with that. It's the same texture pack, but without the hanging mechanic. All right. And you could also check out the LushPacc, which is where this originated from. The LushPacc contains the cool flower pots and much more. So yeah, it's pretty much, see you, bye.